just saw me come.
You don't like my giraffe?
No. You know I'm divorced twice and have a daughter in college, right?
It's on your Wikipedia page.
Wikipedia. Christ.
I don't have any expectations. I never have. Of anyone. You shouldn't either. How many events have we skipped today?
3 so far. I'm about to skip a 4th.
All in the telegraph sign.
Hey, I'm a free agent. Means I'm free to bail on a speech I've already seen 10,000 times.
You are entitled to nothing. Let me be clear. I say. Come here, boy. You are entitled.
Now, here's the truth. The American dream is broken. And when we are robbed of our dreams, well, let me ask you folks, what are we left with? And when I asked Congress to help me take this country from a welfare state to a fully employed nation, what did Congress do? And when we proved that America works actually works, when we created 50,000 jobs in Washington, D.C., Congress didn't just stop at nothing. They killed progress in its tracks. Believe me, I know how you feel. But we have to remember why we're here. We have to turn that anger into action.
Man, it's so much better than what you said in church.
Succeed, but we need your help.
Hello?
You need to let them know that a vote for Frank Underwood is a vote for America Works. A vote for Frank Underwood is a vote for America Works. Now, I had the great pleasure of meeting a woman this morning named Gloria. She has a degree from Iowa State University, and even with her degree, she can't get employed. Now, why? Why is that the case? Because, oh, my wife, ladies and gentlemen. I think what my wife is gently trying to tell me is that I've run overtime. She has a very clever nickname for me.
Verbosity.
Now, the main difference between Claire and me, aside from her stunning beauty, of course, is that she actually knows what that word means. Now, look, I would love to stay here all afternoon and answer all of your questions, but then I'd leave all your friends in Cedar Rapids waiting for me even longer than they have, and we don't want to do that. So I want to thank you all for coming out to see me today, to hear about this battle, this fight we're in. I want you to caucus for me, and let's help get you a job. America works. Only of you make it work. God bless Iowa. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
An IED right off Route 93 kilometers from the Jordan River.
When?
36 minutes ago, Russian unit was on patrol. 2 armored vehicles were destroyed. All 8 troops were killed.
Who's Kathy spoken to?
The foreign minister hasn't returned her call.
We have to make sure that the Secretary General doesn't say anything until we have a better handle of this. Remy, I need to speak to Petrov immediately.
I've contacted the Kremlin. They say to reach out soon.
We need the UN to investigate the blast site.
The Russians have cordoned it off. They're not letting anyone in.
Why not?
We don't know. We had a unit nearby that heard the blast, went in to help. Russians turned them away.
I like the feel of this.
Kathy says the Israelis want to send in their own team.
No, we can't let that happen. The second Israeli boots hit the ground. Remy, I don't care what you have to do. You get Petrov on the phone. We need to head this off at the pass and make sure no one in Congress overreacts either.
How was the game?
Great.
Until my phone started blowing up. Let me see what you have so far. No, this is no good. The language is too obtuse.
Simpler, more direct.
Look, here's the deal. If the Russians don't play ball, the Israelis will get nervous. If the Israelis send troops in, the Palestinians will go apeshit. And if the Palestinians go apeshit, there could be mortar attacks. And if there are mortar attacks, the whole peacekeeping mission could go down the drain.
You want me to actually say that?
God, no. We need to say the opposite. Look, make it as clear as the doomsday scenario that I just described, but then flip it around and put a happy face on it.
We can reschedule everything else, but I'm concerned about Harlan Traub.
The IDP chap.
And president of the Food Processors Association. He's big for us statewide. We were supposed to meet with him tonight.
Well, this is a national security emergency.
He hasn't met with Dunbar yet. If we cancel, she gets a clean
All
shot.
right, so put him on the plane.
FEC rules. Campaigning on Air Force One costs $179,000 an hour, aside from
All right,
messages.
so I won't campaign. I won't have time anyway. I'll just make him feel special and give him some FaceTime in Washington. Anything?
Morikov's office has given me the runaround.
An IED has killed 8 Russian troops on patrol in the Jordan Valley. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for this attack. The only reaction from the Kremlin, a brief written statement from Foreign Minister Budayev that reads, quote, the perpetrators will be found and brought to justice, end quote.
Wheels up in 20 minutes.
I gotta grab my bags from my room.
Can you meet me out front?
We should take separate cars.
Oh, cab won't even get here before the plane takes off. You're coming with me.
Yes, sir.
Not a good day to play hooky.
It's gonna be a late night here. It depends what Petrov does. So far, just incredibly loud silence. I gotta go, hon. Foreign Affairs is holding an emergency session. I love you too.
I don't have much time.
Neither do I. Talking points.
These make me uncomfortable. Even in a closed session, whatever I say will get out. I'll take hits in Iowa.
Can't criticize the mission. We need you to keep everyone calm.
You know how I feel about unnecessary military involvement.
You asked to be on the ticket, Jackie. It's been non-stop resistance from the start. If you don't want to support the president, you shouldn't want to be his number 2. I'm sick of pulling teeth.
You're right. I'll do what I can.
Jackie. I didn't mean to snap. I know it's hard having a presence here and campaigning at the same time. Sure, it's tough on Alan and the kids, too.
Alan's been a big help, actually.
I'm glad he's stepping up, giving you the support you need.
I thought I would hate it, the whole marriage thing. But it's nice. When I can get home, everyone around the table. I even cook sometimes. Badly, but they indulge me.
No.
I have my June Cleaver moments.
Apron and all.
Don't push it.
I can't remember the last time I had a home-cooked meal.
Session's about to start.
Yeah.
I'll fill you in after.
Tom. Where have you been all day?
Sorry, working on the book.
Well, I know we were supposed to have an opportunity to speak, but obviously now it's... Of course. Listen, you can come up and sit up front if you'd like. I spoke to Claire about it.
I'm fine back here. Thanks.
Okay.
I need to know if this passport lock is being lifted.
Show me what you got.
I'm tired of being strung along.
You have a location?
Yeah. But I want a timeline.
Week or two?
No. They've stopped giving me new assignments. That means they're getting ready to fuck me. It has to happen sooner than that. What are you doing?
Emailing a friend in Homeland. He always gets back to me quickly. You satisfied?
Rachel.
This is Jane Doe.
That's her.
And
She goes to the identity of a girl named Rebecca Sands. The birthday's pretty close to August 1990, and she died in 93 along with her whole family. Her social inactive about 6 months ago.
This doesn't say Rebecca Sands, it says Jane Doe.
State troopers found her body in a ditch in an abandoned construction site outside of Tucson.
There's no picture. There's no proof of anything.
Do not grieve, Holy Spirit of God, by whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you.
That's not her.
There's fingerprints. There's fingerprints from the Taylor Custodies book that you gave me. I ran it against the autopsy report. It was a 10-point match with Jane Doe. I need the passport lock lifted now. I'm putting you down as soon as I see it again. I did my part. Get the lock lifted.
You reached Seth Grayson. Leave a message. I'll get back to you.
I need to see him. My mother died.
Hey! Okay. Hey, man, what the fuck? You wanna say it to her, shithead?
Sorry, okay, I'm sorry. Drinks on me.
We don't want drinks, shithead. You need to get out of here. Tell me, this guy's trash.
Yeah. Drinks on me.
No, we don't want drinks. We want you to leave.
Take it out. I'm sorry.
I don't give a shit. You apologize.
Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, calm down. Let me get you a cab.
Hello, everyone. I'm afraid I don't have much news. We are in touch with the Russians, but there's very few details. I'm waiting to speak with President Petrov.
Any reason for the delay?
He just lost 8 soldiers. Talking to their families is his priority, as it would be mine.
Do you think this could jeopardize the peacekeeping mission?
Well, every country that contributed troops knew that something like this was a possibility.
But the Russians fought this plan hard. This gives Petrov the perfect out.
I wouldn't presume to know what President Petrov is thinking. I'll know more once we have a chance to speak.
What about Congress? They weren't fans of this mission.
Well, I'm going to consult with congressional leadership as soon as we get back. In the meantime, my focus is to help the Russians in any way that I can.
How can you help them when they won't let anyone near the blast site?
Well, that hasn't been confirmed, unless, of course, you have better intelligence than the Pentagon. Thank you all very much. More soon.
Israel wants to go public, blame Palestine for the attack.
There's no evidence yet.
Yes, well, the message is that Palestine should be keeping its people in check. They've also moved 500 troops to a staging area across the border from Beit Shean.
Try the Kremlin again, please.
You try yawning?
That works for you, not for me.
And what about some water? Sometimes that helps.
I don't need water. I need a phone call.
Maybe you should talk to Traub while you're waiting for that phone call.
You're not eating?
I'm not hungry.
I think you don't like to fly, holding onto that table like it's a stripper's tits.
Harlan, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. Please don't get up. How's your lobster?
It tastes like it was caught this morning.
Well, it was. Nothing but the best for Air Force One.
Sir, I know you have a million things on your mind, but I would just love to talk to you about how to modernize the food processing industry in Iowa.
Please, slit my wrist with this butter knife.
We can't talk election on the plane, Harlan. That's an FEC no-no.
Well, this isn't about the campaign. We're talking about the economy, not the caucus, right, Harlan?
That's right. I'm sure you're aware, sir, that we lead the states in corn and soybean production. It's a good thing given the trend towards vegan, but our food processing
Well,
plants...
it's the largest industry in Iowa.
That's correct, and they're slow on the uptake, sir. We need federal funding to help subsidize the transition.
Mr. President, your call from Russia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to take this. But, Harlan, we'll get into it, I promise. Victor, it's a terrible tragedy, Mr. President. I feel for your loss.
This is why your people were so persistent? So you could offer your sympathy?
It's important that we talk. You're not letting anyone near the blast site.
We're conducting our investigation.
Well, is there anything wrong with allowing UN investigators to work in conjunction with your people?
UN Command sent my men on that patrol. The most dangerous stretch of Route 90 in the entire valley, and you sent my men.
Me? What are you talking about?
You saw my men as expendable.
Victor, I don't personally oversee the peacekeeping forces, and you can't possibly think that there was some deliberate attempt to put your men in harm's way.
So I am to believe, that this was a random act of fate, yes?
Listen, whoever's responsible, we can't let them foment distrust between us. If we do, then they win. Let's show them that an incident like this makes us stronger. Let us help you find out who did this.
Russians are dead. Russia will find the killers.
I don't understand why you're refusing our assistance.
Because we don't need it.
Well, can we at least keep the dialogue open? Consult with each other before you make any move.
I'm going to do what I must, Mr. President.
Victor, please, listen to me.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, but the line has been disconnected.
He hung up on me.
Kathy Durrell, please.
Baldwin was right. Those 8 bodies give Petrov options. He's not shedding tears. He's popping champagne corks. I can hear them.
Not here, sir. Restrooms this way.
Who's that? Gary just came in? Didn't see him. I would have come to your office.
This is the only room at the UN we don't monitor. I'm assuming you don't either.
We haven't bugged it.
So we can't speak openly.
I think we should.
You talk. I'll listen.
Palestine says it can't control Hamas if Israeli troops cross into the valley. We have to back-channel this, Alexei. Petrov won't listen to Francis. Alexei, please. This whole thing, you can't let it devolve into something nobody can control.
Well, maybe that was the objective.
What was?
The president never wanted a peacekeeping mission.
You said objective. Are you telling me this was somehow planned?
I haven't said anything.
But you want to.
The whole world wants to know who's responsible.
Your troops won't let anyone near the blast site. Because they don't want the world to know.
My brother, he's in the FSB. We spoke a week ago. I haven't heard from him since.
Are you absolutely certain about this? Alexei, go public. We'll protect you.
Like you did Xander Fang?
That was different.
I have a family.
The FSB has conducted these sorts of operations before. The apartment complex that blew up, Petrov used that to justify invading Chechnya. The opera house that was gassed, he removed all provincial governors after that.
We do believe the FSB participated in the first. We're still uncertain about the opera house. But blowing up his own soldiers, I find that very difficult to believe.
Did he tell you point blank? Did he say the words?
He said as much as he could. But the implication was crystal clear.
I'm sure he was very convincing. All Russian diplomats go through FSB counter-intel training.
They're trying to provoke some sort of reaction out of us.
But what about his brother?
It is true that his brother works for the FSB and that we lost track of him last week. That part of the story holds up.
What's our profile on Moryakov?
We have our agent who's been assigned to him, sir. Jim?
Moryakov has been considered a bit of a wild card in Moscow. Petrov considered recalling him twice, but held off because his father's a family friend. Now, we picked up some chatter in recent months, his misgivings with how the Kremlin's been handling the Jordan Valley.
But does he strike you as a traitor?
He's a complicated man, fiercely nationalistic, but he definitely has doubts about Petrov.
Shouldn't we at least entertain the possibility?
Yeah, but how can we determine it one way or the other, definitively?
Our satellites aren't enough. We'd have to get men to the blast site, retrieve soil samples, and blast debris.
How soon could we get a team in?
I'd estimate 72 hours.
Well, 3 days seems an awfully long time. Don't we already have the basics in place for deployment?
That doesn't take into account the Russian forces. We'd want better intel before deploying.
Am I correct in assuming that every hour that passes, our chances of retrieving any proof diminish?
That is correct, sir.
What's the absolute soonest you could deploy?
12 hours, Mr. President, but that would involve an extremely high degree of
I'm
risk.
aware of the risk, Admiral. And what are the odds of success?
Honestly, sir, without proper intelligence, I can't say better than 50-50.
You're certain?
Yes, I am.
Let's put it in motion. Mark.
Shouldn't the UN be conducting the investigation instead of the Russians?
Well, the Russians have been our partners in this mission from day one of deployment, so I would say that they're conducting their own investigation on behalf of the United Nations, not instead of. Sarah.
Is it correct to say that they are in no way reporting to UN command?
Well, in peacekeeping missions, nations volunteer their forces, they answer to their own governments first and foremost, and then they cooperate with the UN command. That's an important distinction to make. Now, any other questions with respect to the Jordan Valley should be directed to the State Department, but if any of you have questions that don't relate to yesterday's events, I'll take one or two. Yeah, Stephanie.
Mr. President, Kate and I both had a question. Thank you, Stephanie. Mr. President, are you aware, sir, that campaigning on Air Force One is a violation of FEC rules?
Yes, in general, I am.
Harlan Trow was on the plane yesterday. It's hard to imagine he was there for any other reason than you be seeking his support in Iowa.
You don't know how long I've known him, and yes, he was on the plane yesterday, but it's not a violation if you don't campaign, which I didn't. I think the extent of our conversation was asking him how he liked his meal, but I'm happy to let the FEC decide. Now, does anybody else have any question that somebody else asked them to ask me? And where's Trump now?
We put him up at the Hay Adams. He should be here now.
I think it would be bad if anyone saw him in the White House.
Well, I don't even want him in D.C. now. The last thing we need is some bullshit FEC story while I'm trying to deal with the Russians. Let's get him back to Iowa. And you handle this. You have better people skills than Vaughn. And you talk to Baldwin. You make it crystal clear we violated no regulations.
Sir, I got a voicemail from Doug last night. He said his mom died.
My God, that's awful. Except Julia Stamper passed away 10 years ago. I know. I was at the funeral. Send some flowers. Actually, get Doug in here. I'd like to give my condolences in person.
There's a whole host of ways we can revolutionize food processing in Iowa through America Works. The subsidies you want for R&D can be financed.
You don't have
jobs
to do this.
Do what?
Sweet talk me. And a cab would have been fine.
Wanted to drive to the airport myself so we had a chance to talk about your concerns.
I'm used to talking to candidates, not chauffeurs.
I'm not a chauffeur.
That's your hands on the wheel.
Seth.
Registration insurance, please.
Sorry, officer, I left my wallet at work.
Registration, proof of insurance?
In my wallet.
I'm supposed to keep it in the car.
Yeah. If someone steals your car, why give them the paperwork?
All right, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car for a moment, please.
Officer, my name is Remy Danton. I'm chief of staff to the president.
Not your identification, sir. I don't know who you are.
Got my government pin.
That doesn't matter, sir. I still need to see your identification. Just step out of the car, please.
So you run a search on Remy Danton, you'll get my photo.
Sir, I asked you to step out of the car. Please. Any weapons on you?
Of course not.
All right. You mind stepping in the rear of the vehicle, please? I'm gonna pat you down just to make sure. Feet back.
Car comes back to a Virginia corporation. No address.
Clear top secret. My information is masked.
Sir, I need you to stay here for a moment, please.
We got no address on file.
Why'd you stop me?
One moment, sir.
No, not one moment. I got the right to know why you stopped me.
Sir, I asked you to keep your hands on the car.
I'm gonna need your badge number. Trying to show off for your partner here, brother?
I'm not your brother. Don't make us restrained.
Officer Davis.
Sir?
Officer Corcoran. You know what? I'm gonna take a photo. The fuck? What's your problem?
Calm down.
Sir?
I'm gonna need your badge number.
Mr. Danton, I'm Lieutenant Hickson. I'm very sorry for this misunderstanding. Glad you're happy. I hope you accept my apology on their behalf.
Said I was stopped for speeding.
Yes, when they encounter someone without a license and registration, it's protocol.
Write up the ticket.
You don't have to worry about that, sir. You're free to go.
If I was speeding, give me the damn ticket.
That's really not necessary after everything we put you through.
Lieutenant.
Hey, I'd invite you out with the kids. We're bringing them to Iowa this trip, and it's a total shit show.
I didn't come here to talk to you about the campaign. I probably, shouldn't have just shown up like this, but,
Come this way.
it's stupid. I don't even know why I came over.
Did something happen?
I got pulled over for speeding. Things got out of hand. And they got a nice car.
Jesus.
I left my wallet at work. I tried to tell the guy where it was, and he didn't believe me. I don't know. I didn't believe me. There I was with my hands in cuffs, and it's like I was outside of myself. Could have been anyone. It wasn't me. any sense.
You got rattled.
Nah, it's not that. Look, you and Alan and even Frank and Claire. This happened. I didn't have anyone tell about it.
You have me, right? I'm glad you came over.
It's not fair. Intruding on you like this.
If I thought you were intruding, I wouldn't have come downstairs.
I'm sorry.
You still mean a lot to me. I am there for you, as your friend.
Just go back up. Finish packing. Safe flight.
We're set to insert at 2100 EST, 0400 local time. We'll use a Fulton recovery of any material samples.
Extraction?
The team will make its way on foot to this rendezvous point for extract.
And how to get it past the Russian lines?
Our intel is spotty at best, but our team is scheduled to link up with a local agent who will assist.
All right, let's move this down to the Situation Room. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did he say anything?
He wouldn't even look at me when I said hello.
Send him in.
Doug.
Are you certain? Who gathered all this information? Oh, never mind, I shouldn't know. Was it you? Who? No. You shouldn't have brought this here.
I wanted you to see it. So you would believe me.
Brutal.
I'm drunk, sir. I'm drunk right now.
This girl really meant something to you, didn't she?
Yeah. She did. I've been working for Dunbar. I pushed myself too much. It's my fault. It was for you. See how close I could get if I could find something, a silver bullet. To prove it, I was still useful.
How can I help you, Doug?
I can't go to rehab. There's not another hospital.
Okay.
I can't do it.
We'll figure something out.
I'm not Peter Russo. I won't go like he did.
No, you won't. You're going to get better, Doug. I promise you that.
Yes, send Meacham in here.
up on my desk. I need it to be incinerated.
Yes, sir.
And then I need you to take Doug home. Come on, Doug, it's time to go.
This way, Mr. Stamper.
You stay with him until we figure out what's next.
Yes, sir.
Some privacy, please. This is Heather Dunbar.
I'll connect you momentarily.
Heather,
Mr. President?
Doug Stamper is my friend, and you came very close to killing him.
Excuse me?
You're aware he's an alcoholic.
Yes.
And how serious his injuries were.
Mr. President.
But you still put him to work. A man who's trying to recover, who's trying to get back his life.
Did you honestly think that he could handle that?
Douglas came to us.
Then you should have turned him away if you had 1 ounce of decency.
What's happened? Is he okay?
You don't have the right to ask me that question. And if you do anything that endangers yourself again...
I swear to God, I will put you in your fucking grave.
Let's continue.
32,000 feet. 1 minute to insert.
Let's hear comms.
Audio on.
20 seconds, last check.
Video will go dark once they jump.
Chutes deployed.
The rally point. Link up with Indigage. It happens here. Half a click from the drop zone. He'll arrange safe passage to the blast site. We should abort, sir.
Mr. President.
Shut it down. Bring them home.
Matchstick. I repeat, matchstick. Head directly to waypoint X-ray. How copy? Over.
Proceeding to X-ray.
Hello? He's in the bedroom. Hey, brother.
Say again, over. Confirm, sir. The element is off the X and moving to extract. 3 wounded, 1 KIA.
I'll need the name next of kin.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Sir, President Petrov is on the line.
I'll take it in here. Shut the door, please. Victor.
We know it was your man.
What was?
Did you think we wouldn't detect you?
Whatever you're accusing us of, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, yes, you do. And so do the Israelis. We leaked footage of the firefight to them. I can't imagine they'd be pleased America is conducting covert operations without consulting with them first.
You killed your own men, Victor.
It was your man who got shot last night.
I mean the blast. We have the intel. It was you, not terrorists. It was FSB.
So you humiliate me in Washington, humiliate me in Moscow, and now you insult me with these ridiculous fantasies.
What do you want out of all of this, Victor?
Justice for my soldiers who died on a mission you devised. If anyone is to blame for their deaths, it's you.
Goodbye, Victor.
Francis, what did he say?
I have to finish this letter.
Over the last several hours, Israeli forces entered the Jordan Valley. Eyewitness reports say they've taken up positions near the encampment where Russian troops are refusing access to a blast site where 8 of their countrymen were killed 2 days ago. The Israeli Prime Minister had this to say, quote, with both Russian forces refusing to leave and the presence of covert operations from other nations...
Hamas and Hezbollah are getting involved.
How?
They've vowed to raise local militias if the Israelis cross the border.
Nor has the American government regarding covert operations.
This can be bad.
Yeah, sure is. We should get to the White House. Lock the door on the way out?
Meeting with Hezbollah leaders to quell tensions.
The Israelis.
I know, I've been watching the news all night.
We should get to the Situation Room.
Let me finish this first. I'll be right down.
All right, I'll see you down there.